All right, y'all. I know. You guys are like, why? Why are you posting these? Well, it's because I wanted to show you what a simple dinner can look like in a home that's on a budget. Like, we're poor, and this is what I make for dinner for Monday and Tuesday. Although tomorrow we have a 5-course meal to go to for free at our church, so we won't be, you know, eating pasta tomorrow night for dinner, but definitely he can have it for lunch, and he will definitely love it for lunch. He loves my pasta, okay? So I just do this. I just chop up the vegetables that I'm going to be using. It took me so long to do the frozen vegetables because, well, as you guys know, frozen vegetables is when you mince them like that, it takes quite a while. But I wanted to show what a simple dinner would look like. A healthy dinner that isn't canned spaghetti with ketchup, a slice of cheese, salt and pepper slapped onto a piece of toast on a paper plate. Okay? I make gourmet foods for how poor we are. I can't even tell you or begin to even explain how awesome it is that I can make these delicious foods with basically whatever we have around the house. And I just use whatever we have, literally. And I make it as healthy and beautiful and tasting as possible. I use taco seasoning because it's cheap. Usually really, really cheap for a little packet of that. Okay? Frozen vegetables are cheaper than regular vegetables, to be honest. It's really sad, but it's true. And so I just mince up the frozen vegetables like so, and I put them in the bowl once they're done. Man, I made myself a headache doing this because it took so long, but I love serving my family, so the headache is worth it, to be honest, if I'm being all honest. Like, you can see how much I care. Like, if I didn't, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I do it because I love it, okay? But yeah, I also getting the flu, as you guys know, so that's the other reason why I had a headache. But I really, really enjoyed making dinner tonight because just the smell alone, I was so jealous that I cannot eat my own food that I make. You have no idea. It smells so good. My belly. My belly. My belly, my belly, my belly. Like, if you only knew, it was growling. And it's a turning, and it's a screaming, and it's a saying it's a delicious, put the delicious in my belly, and I can't because I can't eat those solids. But it's okay. It's okay, yo. It's okay. Because my family gets to enjoy all the deliciousness that I make. And I know that people are like, how do you make food when you can't eat? How do you make food? Doesn't it hurt to make food? No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt me to make the food.
Oh, shoot.
However, it does make me sad that I can't eat the food. That's it. Just sad. But I love making food. If I didn't love making food, I wouldn't make this deliciousness that I always make. I absolutely love making this food. Love it. There ain't nothing more on the planet that I'd rather do. I love making food. So there are parts in here that I allowed the audio to play for because I wanted you guys to hear like the reaction of my family once they bite into my foods, and also just the joy that comes across their faces when they smell the food that's being made. It's just good, you know? I just make such delicious food. I can't even tell you how delicious it is because I can't taste it, but you can hear it in my family's voices just how delicious it really is. So later, I'm going to tell you exactly how I measure out my pasta because this might help a lot of people, okay? We have a family of 3 that eat the pasta, so I try to make it enough for 2 days so that we can get to Wednesday, which is then pierogies or curry, depending on what day we have what. You know what I mean? So right about now is when I'm about to do the noodles, and I'll tell you exactly what I do, okay? So I put the water, I measure the water up to the screws right there on the side. Do you see the screws on the side of the pot there? I put the water up to the bottom of it. And then what I usually do is I pour the pasta in whatever noodle I'm using until it's sticking out of the water. And then I put a whole bunch of salt in there so that the salt makes sure that the noodles don't stick. So I'm about to fill up the water. I forgot that you couldn't hear, so I actually talk to the camera, but I forgot that you can't hear. And I say the water's up to just underneath the those screws, and then I just put the pasta until it's sticking out of the water. So a little mountain. Then as soon as that's done, I put the salt in, then I turn on the heat. But one of our elements isn't working. I got very frustrated with this. So then I had to switch the elements to cook the meat because the meat was not cooking on that element. It was not working at all. And I was just so frustrated. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to switch elements. And so I switched the elements. And then I did the meat sauce. Then I put the meat sauce back on that side with the lid. And then I finished off the noodles, which you'll see in a moment. And I just really, really enjoy like doing this. I know that it may not seem like it when I get frustrated at the appliances, but I'm telling you right now, even with my frustration over the appliances, y'all, there's nothing I love more than making the house smell like you're walking into a bakery or a restaurant. Like, for real. When my husband comes home, I love hearing him say, it smells like a restaurant in here, or it smells like a bakery in here. I love hearing that. There's nothing I love more than hearing that. Nothing. And as you can see, that element really did work. It just blew my mind how fast I got it done right as soon as I switched elements. Usually only takes me 5 minutes to do the meat sauce, but it took forever because of that stupid element that wasn't working. So I'm glad that I could at least get it done here. And that was the taco seasoning. I put it on the meat before I put in the veggies, and then I put the veggies in, and then I saute the veggies for a little while until it smells like it's cooked, you know. And then I add in the actual sauce. I move it off the element when I do that so that it doesn't bubble and spit at my face, because otherwise it'll bubble and spit at my face. And so I moved it off, and then I just drain it out of the little jar that it's in. And yeah, on the next video, you're going to see once it starts boiling, I tap on my watch to let you guys know 11 minutes starts now. And then I pull it off right at 11 minutes because the noodles are always done. Doesn't matter which noodle you're using. 11 minutes is perfect timing for any noodle, okay? You don't need to keep it in there for any longer than 11 minutes. Spaghetti noodles, you test them by throwing them at the wall. That's what I was told when I was a kid. And so when I test my spaghetti noodles, I just throw them at the wall. If it sticks, they're done. So, yeah. Anyway, it's about to boil very shortly. And then I just tap on my watch so you guys can see. 11 minutes begins now. And then, yeah. And then I just stir every minute during the 11 minutes so that the noodles don't stick to the bottom. 5 minutes in, you shouldn't have to stir as often, which I don't usually stir as often. But just before I pull it off, I stir it quite a bit just to make sure that everything is nice and, going. 11 minutes starts now, I'm saying. Right now, 4:33. I take it off at 4:44. That's what I was referring to right there. And then if you could see the time, you would see the time going up and then me taking it off right at 4:44. But yeah, you can't really see the time. Not just that, but there's also a lot of steam going on, So yeah, but I do let you guys hear my family and their reaction when they smell and taste it. So just a little longer, y'all, then you'll see that, okay? Just a little longer. I did speed up this part. It's like speeded as much as it will get sped up on this app editor thing, okay? I did it as fast as I could. The speeding part of it. I just wanted you guys to really see like the very important parts of the whole entire thing. The important parts of the whole entire thing was the timing of the noodles, which is very important, and what I actually use as ingredients in my pasta so that you guys can see just how I make my pasta, so that you guys know that canned pasta, like canned spaghetti, is poison. You don't feed your family or even your husband that. I don't know what that woman was thinking. I feel like throwing up every time I think about it. You know that? I feel like throwing up. Absolutely disgusting. I can't believe these people coming out here with these stupid frickin' things. And then those women who throw their husband's food at them. Like, what are you doing? You think he's gonna stick around just to have that kind of abuse? Like, that's abuse, yo. That's abuse. That's marital abuse. And they think it's funny. It ain't funny. It's sad. Really freaking sad. Anyway, now is the time when I take it off. It's 4:44, so I'm going to take it off now. So, it's done. Now I drain it. And I show you the ingredients I'm going to be putting in it. So, one of the first ingredients I do is butter. Because butter makes it nice and, slippery, and make sure that the sauce evenly distributes because it slides around in there. This is the second ingredient. Whipped cheese, okay? Whipped cream cheese. This is why.
Do you know what the thing with the gun was the two ball things? Look, that with the purple one?
Yeah.
This one look better.
Come smell it.
And you just get fly together.
Come smell.
Hey, after it comes, it's out of it.
Oh.
Okay.
Right? And as you could hear, my husband was very, very pleased. And just wait, there's more, because I wanted you guys to hear him make the next noise too. Hold on. Now come smell it.
Mm.
Yep. And last but not least, as soon as I serve it, I'm going to let you hear exactly what he says about it, okay? And that's the end of this video. I'll come back a little bit later when we do our chapter. I'll serve you first, my love. Get your spoon.
cannot touch ceilings with cube, and you cannot hit walls with anything.
Boys,
What?
have you seen my drum set?
We just have.
Where is it?
Don't worry, guys.
My pedals and my sticks were there. And what happened to the drum pad?
Here.
What? No.
What's my
Yeah.
That's my Bluetooth speaker from the dollar store.
Close as possible. Watch. I'll give you 7 because no, there's no.
Where is?
Here, my love.
And here is the end. You're gonna have your heart beating like as fast.
No time. Eating time now.
What?
What?
So you're gonna want to. You don't want to go up there. Avoid all coins until you're eating at least 5 food per level. Or you're ready to come off.
You're gonna have seconds, I know.
Beating the level, you get a reward.
You always do when I
I'll show
make
you
this
what the reward is
pasta.
in the next level. But I'm gonna get in the next video. But you push this pause button here, right? The story
What was
button.
upstairs?
You want to pick settings?
Hmm?
No.
What was upstairs?
Don't
Oh,
go to
so?
settings. It's all bunch of this crap. You want to pick this level? No, it's gonna restart the whole level. Pick this level. It's
Hey, next to you, Robin.
This button, it's gonna make you
Care what
resume
you say.
the level. This one, you're gonna want
Your daughter makes the best damn
Struggle
pasta
with the level.
ever.
Pick this one. This all.
He was telling my dad how I make the best pasta ever. I love hearing that. No matter how many times I hear it, I love hearing it. Enjoy, y'all. Enjoy.